Imagine that when you come into work, you're greeted with a message saying that you've been hacked. The hackers are holding your data hostage, and they're demanding that you pay thousands to get that access back. Your heart starts pounding and you're sweating by now. You immediately begin to wonder how this possibly could have happened. Now it's time to go into that incident response plan that you hoped you'd never have to deal with. Hi everyone, I'm Matt from eTactics, and today I'm going to give you tips for your ransomware incident response plan. Before we get started though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, hit that alert bell icon next to it so that when we post new helpful content, you get notified. Now first and foremost, don't panic. I know you're most likely overwhelmed, but stress isn't any good for crisis situations. In fact, panicking can actually hinder decision making. Stress and anxiety affect the prefrontal cortex region of the brain, which negatively impacts decision making. It disrupts flexible control of behavior, so if we're stressed as we make decisions, we might make choices that aren't helpful. This is why it's good to take a bit of time to relax and gather your thoughts after discovering that a ransomware attack has come to you before launching into your response plan. Next, you should inform your staff as soon as possible. The sooner that they know what's happening, the sooner that they can mitigate risks, adjust processes, and inform customers of any service disruptions. This is also a good time to retrain your staff. A lot of incidents happen because of lack of training. 67% of ransomware attacks occur because of phishing emails, and 36% occur because of a lack of cybersecurity training altogether. Managed service providers evaluate ransomware incidents at their clients' businesses across North America. All ransomware delivery methods could have been prevented with better employee understanding. Taking this time to retrain will remind staff how to avoid these from happening again. It's also an opportunity to train how they can respond. It's one thing to inform them that an attack occurred, but they also need to know what to do about it. Educate them on how to handle the situation, especially when dealing with your customers. One thing your organization shouldn't do is leave your customers in the dark. Sure, you might want to investigate the situation before you worry anyone else, but it's only a matter of time before they learn about it themselves, whether that be from services getting disrupted or their information getting stolen, or worse, reaching on national headlines. If they hear about the attack later, then they'll think that your company was trying to hide it or ignore the situation entirely. Let them know of what's going on, if anything will directly affect them, steps you're taking to resolve the issue, and any tips for them to avoid potential risks, and keep them updated as you learn more during your investigation of this attack. This brings me to my next point. Don't investigate the situation by yourself. Reach out to authorities such as the FBI for help. Hopefully, this is the first time you're dealing with a ransomware attack. While you might think you're equipped to handle it, every attack is different. Experts who have seen many incidents before can help provide better insight or discover something you might have overlooked. They can advise you on the best course of action, especially when determining if you should pay the ransom or not. Something else you shouldn't do is pay the ransom immediately. Like I just mentioned, the FBI helps advise you on the best response plan for a ransomware attack. These experts actually don't support paying the ransom. This is because it encourages hackers to continue their illegal activity. If one company will pay up, so will another. And then they'll continue to target practices across the healthcare industry like your own, which is why ransomware continues to increase. Even if you pay the ransom, there's a chance that the hacker will steal or delete the data anyway, or the decryption key they give you might not work at all. You'll be out thousands of dollars in ransom, more money from the lost and halted services, and now you'll have to let your clients know that their data has been lost, which might be getting sold on the dark web as you send them this notification. You can imagine how upset a customer would be in that situation. One study found that 65% of consumers would demand compensation if the company couldn't restore their private data, and 44% would stop using the company altogether. You can't afford to risk losing that many patients, so before you pay up, think about the possible consequences if you do. And finally, you should evaluate your security measures. What steps could you have taken to prevent this from happening? Or what steps should you have taken to recover the data? For example, encryption is necessary so hackers can't steal, sell, or use that data in any way. If it isn't encrypted, then hackers could make copies of it and sell it. You should always have backups of your data. This way, even if you suffer an attack, your organization can still function off of the backup of records. Having backups and encrypted data is a good combination for minimizing any risk or damage of a possible attack. No matter how much you try preventing a ransomware attack, it's still possible that it will happen. Hackers know how valuable healthcare information is, so they're constantly targeting practices like yourself. If you fall victim to one of these attacks, the way you respond will have a huge impact on the damage your company might face. And how you learn from the situation can help prevent it from happening again, or at least minimize the damage as a result of a future attack. If you'd like to learn more about ransomware incident response plans, reach out to eTactics. And you've already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below. Well, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our YouTube channel.